Welcome to Beat the Drop. And Jace, for the first time ever, is on time. Evening all. How are we all today? There's a few smiles, a few tears, a few glum faces, bit of a mixed bag today. Should we just get it out of the way, man? Should we just get this out of the way? Guys in the chat, good luck. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to all the channels, which are linked in the description. Jimmy's, Rich's, John's, not Jace's. But hold on, I'm neutral on this. So look, we'll put up in the running order.
Neutral. Never been neutral in all my time.
I am as neutral as they come, man. All right, let's kick this off. Jace, over to you.
Listen, let's just start it off. And take it away, my friend. Take it away.
Okay, I warn you. I've got a terrible bad throat. Here we go then. Forever blow.
Before we get into that, the main event.
What's this for? Pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. And like West Ham, they fade and die. Arsenal's North Bank's running. Chelsea's Shelley's too. Trent and boys are running after you. Nottingham.
That is a sad, pathetic. That is just sad. That is. Do it properly.
Hey, I think if you want me to sing it again, I'll sing it properly.
We didn't get any context.
I don't know the words. I'll do a little bit, right? I'll do a little bit. Right.
Wait, and just for the other boys, because this was done. So we had a fatal four-way, me and Jason Lawless, and there was a bet placed that the loser would sing the theme song for the opposition club. It's either Mull of Kintyre or Bubbles. And to be fair, and Jace has a point, the bet was to sing it.
Yeah, I know. I will. And now, Jace, I honestly don't know the second verse, but I'll do a little bit at the end to make up for it. Okay, seriously. Yeah.
Go on then.
I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubble. Hang on. I forgot how it goes. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. Do, they fade and die. Up the hammers!
Just like you're singing crap. Your team was crap.
Hey, come on, mate.
Wolfie,
come on, mate.
Are you listening? You up there? You said that we weren't going to get past your defence. We shattered them. We were unbelievable. James Ward-Prowse, 9 assists. 9 assists in the league. Premier League.
5, Jason.
We battered you.
Oh, 9.
Alanga, what's his name, Anthony Alanga, taking his shirt off. What a joke of a club.
His bra.
You two are an embarrassment to your team. You told me that you was going to lose against us. And we battered you, mate. The amount of chances we had, it could have been about 5 or 6. I'm telling you now. Absolute ridiculous. Bowen as well. Bowen, 8 goals. 8 goals in all in the Premier League, I believe. He's getting there as well. Another player. We're flying high now. Just like Ant singing. We're flying so high, nearly reaching the top of the league, my friends.
I'll just have a little few words from me then, right? Now, I look at it like this, right? We're a fairly newly promoted team. We've gone away.
Piss off.
Are you using that now, are you?
That shit anymore. You can't use that shit anymore.
Listen, James.
That's bollocks.
We've gone away. We've gone away to the champions of Europe.
Team.
We've gone away to the champions of Europe. We've gone away to the champions of Europe.
Small
and we've managed to lose by 1 goal. I don't think that's bad.
There you go.
And
You got beaten by the champions of Europe. You did.
And I think we played some nice football at times. We lost because of one individual error in midfield and 2 corners that we were awful at defending. And you have a man in Ward-Prowse who I can only give the utmost respect for because his delivery is elite. It's magnificent.
Class. And
And that's
Wolfie,
what
I know you're
decided
hiding
the
up
game.
there. You're hiding up there. You don't get out of this, my friend. You was
I'm neutral.
giving it all up there. You was. You
I'm
giving it
neutral.
all. You was Wolfie saying that.
Hey,
all
Jace,
this shit,
Jace,
and
what
look
did Jimmy
we
do?
did to you. We battered you, mate. We battered you.
Jace, why are you
Hey,
pointing at Jimmy?
3-2.
What did Jimmy do?
What have I done?
Sorry.
It was,
Which way? Oh, there.
I'm with you, mate.
it
I'm
was
with
3
you.
days. It was 3-2, mate. And we only conceded
Oh,
because of one
please.
individual error in midfield
Please.
and 2 bits of awful defending
You
at
talking about
corners.
what's his name? That Sangria. What his name is? Sangria. He got taken off. What's his name? You keep hanging on about Real
Sangare.
Madrid. Real Madrid. Bollocks. Bollocks. He's
The other,
staying
thing,
with you,
the
mate.
other point I'd like to point out is that we were actually leading until we had 2 defenders injured and our main striker had to come off.
Oh, bloody hell.
Leading. He was leading for 3 minutes. No, not even 3 minutes. We
43
came in
seconds,
for a
Jace.
header.
43 seconds.
You're done. You two are done, mate. You are done. We've beaten you. There you go. There you have it. Thank you very much.
Jace, are you aware that you have to come to the City ground?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Not the City ground.
Oh,
We've lost-
sorry. Newly
Jimmy,
promoted
Jimmy,
to you.
Jimmy,
Oh,
hang
no,
on,
what-
Jimmy.
Who cares?
Jimmy,
no,
we've
to
lost
fit-
twice.
No, to
We've
fit,
lost
you're a newly
twice in
promoted
19
club.
games at
You're a
home.
newly promoted
The only
club. All the
teams
big
that have
boys will
beaten us
come
at
and turn
home are
you
Man
over. All
United
right.
and Newcastle. Are you listening? The only teams that have beaten us at the
Yeah,
City ground are Man United and Liverpool, and Newcastle.
yeah.
Liverpool
Am
lost.
I worried?
Man City
Am I
drew.
worried? No.
Arsenal lost. Honestly, mate.
Sheffield United lost. Sheffield United lost.
Right, is that this
Spurs
season
beat us
or
as
over the
well,
last
actually.
season and a half?
No, Spurs beat us as well.
Look at
Spurs
Wolfie.
beat us as well.
He's hiding. He turned his camera off because he's scared. He is. There he is. Oh, he's back again.
I think there's another team that beat you last season at the City ground as well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
I
go.
think-
I don't know where
I
I don't know where it got me dodgy. I don't know where it got me dodgy stats from. But as soon as I said it, I started thinking, "Oh no, no,
Hang on a second,
We've
wait
lost
a
2
minute.
in 19 anyway. We've lost 2 in 19 at home.
And just say we're undefeated this season, man. Stop the receipts coming out.
I forgot John was on the ball.
He got
I was
Batman John
there.
here.
I was there. Do not recite the
Yeah.
ancient laws to me.
I was
there when it
fucking
was
there as well.
written.
It was horrible. No,
Oh,
well
God.
done, Jace. Well done, mate. Yeah. To be honest, I'm being 100% honest now. No bullshit. I thought that a draw would have been a
No,
fair
you-
result.
Who's he on the
I didn't
phone
think
to?
any team was dominant over the other.
What
is he
is he
doing?
doing?
He's getting a drink.
No,
Jace.
he's
On his phone.
Jace, what are
recording
you doing?
a TikTok or something.
Well, it's not. It's not doing the. Can I get
You're
a
on mute,
signal?
Jace.
Sorry about
Not
that.
anymore.
I
There
just,
we go.
had
What are you
to do
doing?
I just had to do a quick video on for the socials. I did.
Jace, I've got to say, I'm impressed. You even dressed up. You got a waistcoat on and
I got a
everything for this.
waistcoat on and everything. I thought, for Ant singing, I thought I'd put a waistcoat on today.
I do apologise, Jace. I didn't do
It's been a couple of years. It's been a couple of years.
Jace,
right?
I apologise. My voice is not up to doing a better job of it, mate. I do apologise about that, but I am a bit.
You know what, Ant?
Yeah.
With the bubble machine as well, I'll give you credit for that. That's well done, mate.
Can-
That was lovely.
When Blades beat you later on in year, will you sing Annie's song for me as well?
Oh, you know what? Jimmy? I thought about that. I thought, if Sheffield United beat, I thought, fuck, it's an Annie's song, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that. We'll do that. Same thing. We'll do the
Great
same
stuff.
thing.
Yeah, nice one. What's your song? I want to be a billionaire, so freaking bad.
Jimmy, I've got a receipt for you, my mate, and it ain't good.
Money,
I've not brought it up. I've not brought it up so far.
What is it? Here comes the money. Here we go.
No,
Here
it's a
comes the
tweet.
money.
It's a tweet that is. Hang on, it's a tweet you put out a few weeks ago, and I've not brought it up, but now you've done it.
Oh, we've been scouring my tweets again.
No, I
What's it
no, I
posted
kept-
in
when I saw it-
2018?
Rolling through them.
Yeah,
I replied to it. You put something on the lines of, "Hey, Qatari, now you've got rid of Manchester United. Come to the real United, Sheffield. And I thought, hang on a sec, you don't
Sheikh
like
Jassim.
money and
Yeah,
and
I
billionaires.
thought that was
and-
going to be the difference to get the Sheikh Jassim to Sheffield United, but it hasn't worked, unfortunately. So never mind. Back to the drawing board.
Oh God. Yeah, the graphic on the left hand side. I know it's out of date. My editor is missing today, unfortunately. So yes, but I didn't complain too much. Sheffield United still bottom.
Well spotted, John. Action coach Sheffield, fantastic sponsor of the Ramble. Top man.
All right. Are you two done? Jace, have you said your piece? We've been fair.
Listen, what more do you want me to say? We're gonna be top of the league pretty much soon. We're gonna be winning it all. All right. We're gonna win Europa. We're going to win everything. And I can't wait to see you guys again on the City ground. Because we're going to batter you again. Batter you. And then when we win the league, when we're above you lot as well, Wolfie's sending me the Conference Cup lamp. He is. Yeah. He's sending me that. 95 quid.
That's the one.
That boy right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's worth more than the trophy you won. Yeah.
It's bloody expensive as well, Jace. You've done well there, mate. Mind you, long season yet.
Season is still away.
Nottingham Forest as Ant claims.
I'll tell you what, Jace, right? I am neutral in this, but if we finish ahead of you, I'm building a shelf right there, and I'll be putting that lamp trophy on 24/7 in every video.
You wait and see, Wolfie. That's all I'm saying, mate. Wait and see.
Hey, Jace, will you be coming up? Will you be coming up for the City ground game, whenever it is?
No, probably not. I'm not going to lie.
I didn't even think about it.
I'm not going to lie. No.
Jace thinks Nottingham is actually called Nottingham Forest.
I don't know. I don't even know where it is. Dan's been on a stag do there. What else do you need? That's all. You know what makes me love it as well? Rich watching that, and he was loving it as well. Seeing Rich's face watching that was pure gold as well.
Have you forgiven Rich for the bubbles from last season?
No, I haven't forgiven Rich. We're gonna do a watch along together for our first game. We're gonna do a watch along.
Yeah, that'll be worth watching, folks.
December, I think it is. Rich, isn't it? December we're playing.
December 3rd, I believe. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah. So yeah, I'll travel down to where you're at for that.
Yeah, cool. Ooh. Well, I'll do something. I know I've got a place in North London, so we can do something closer to you and that. So.
He doesn't want you to know where he lives, Rich.
Money bags?
Probably doesn't.
How many properties you got in London, mate?
I've got no properties, mate. Nothing. That's all now.
I was gonna say you and Marinakis have been exchanging a few coins, haven't you?
My twin brother. My twin brother.
Yeah, not unless you count. Not unless you count squatting.
All right, let's move this forward. Let's talk about something positive. Well done,
Jace. Well done,
Sheffield United.
No, we'll come to you. I mean, a draw is a win for you. Yeah, you didn't enjoy that victory speech by Jace there, Jimmy.
Loved it. More, please.
Johnny boy, are Bournemouth back in it? And how good was
Can I ask John a quick question? Sorry, John, have you got a song you need to learn to sing at some point?
We got them coming up.
Yeah, I'll be heading down your way December 23rd. I'll be at that game. We'll have to meet up definitely at the ground. I mean, obviously not Wolvie because he won't be there, but
not a real fan.
No, exactly. But yeah, it was good, and I can be very even more pleased because what was it that I was saying before last week? I thought we had a decent chance of getting a draw out of this game. I predicted 1-1. Turns out I was too pessimistic.
You were wrong.
And you laughed at me. You and Vizzy laughed at me, suggesting that no, because you said that we're shit, and then we go and beat them 2-0, and it should have been 4 or 5. So it was a pretty comfortable win in the end, which is great to see. And,
yeah, but you are playing their C team, John. Let's be real here.
Hey, you got to beat what's in front of you, and that's all you can do. We played them, and we absolutely smashed them off the park. So yeah, I think it's been a pretty darn good weekend. And it's funny actually just to look at the table. I mean, Fulham only 3 points ahead of us. Forest, who I thought were having a decent season. You're only 4 points ahead of us. Well, you'll start seeing us over your shoulder sooner or later.
How long did it take you to accumulate 4 points, though, John?
4 points?
Mm.
Well, we skipped 4 and went to 6, I think.
Yeah, but how long did it take you to breach that number?
10 games.
10 games. So we'll see you in, what, March?
No, I'll see you in December when I come to the City game.
That's when I'm just the host, man. I'm just the host here.
Well, then you shouldn't be antagonizing me then.
Wolfie, you deserve that.
You don't pick on each other, right? I'm having a drink. God, carry on, John. Carry on, John.
I've got nothing. I've not got much to say other than just to feel smug and absolutely delighted that we got 3 points. And I suppose the interesting one will be in 2 weeks' time, because first game after the international break, going to Sheffield. I'll be there as well, Jimmy. As well, I'll be at that one.
Right, I'll see you there then, mate.
Yeah,
I'll see you there. We'll arrange to meet up if probably
Definitely.
before the game, because one of us will be in a bad mood after the game, I would have thought. So
that's always the case, isn't it?
What did you boys think?
Beautiful downtown Ramble Lane.
Jimmy, what did you think of him? Seeing as you got him next, did you catch the Newcastle game?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I were a little bit gutted actually. I think I got called out on my channel for saying I think Bournemouth will turn a corner, and I think I'm hoping they haven't, obviously. But I thought it was a very good performance. It was a weakened Newcastle team. I wish we'd have played that Newcastle side, but maybe we'd have only lost 4-0. But for me, I thought that, it was a good performance from Bournemouth. And I'm quite glad there's a break now so that any sort of momentum can be halted if possible. And we'll go again, because I think we will show up at Ramble Lane. And if you beat us at Bramall Lane, I think you're sort of sealing in the 3 promoted teams. But I fancy us. I fancy us at Bramall Lane to turn up and close the gap to a point. I think it'll be then if we do the business. So
it's a big game for you then, John.
Yeah,
this is a proper 6-pointer for you, mate.
Proper 6-pointer. I mean, so far out of we've managed to beat Burnley just about 2-1. So this one is going to be it's much more important that we actually look like we're going to score goals and start putting some of these chances away more regularly, because it could have been 4 or 5 in that game, but for a pretty darn exceptional Nick Pope on the night. So, but we're still one of the lowest scorers in the division. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty big match, and it's going to be tough as well. Obviously Sheffield United have only got the 1 win, but they did do really well to beat a Wolves side who have taken on some of the big clubs and got some results. So yeah, if we're not on it, we definitely aren't. There's no guarantee we're going to go up there and get 3 points by any means. And heck, going away from home in the Prem, any point is a good point. But yeah, you've certainly got to off the back of 2 home wins in a row. You've got to think turn that away form around and try and get something more than just a point at that one. And you've got to expect that that's what they'll be wanting to do. But Sheffield United will see this as a game that they have to win as well, which is what makes it so interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a really good
Howe
game.
get you? Sorry, go on, Jimmy.
No, I'm just saying it's going to be a really good game. We've had a massive injury crisis at the club, and I know a few clubs have suffered with that, Palace being another, and Newcastle obviously at the same time as well. But we will have a couple of players back for this game, and I'm pretty confident that we're going to give you everything we've got, really. And whether it's good enough, we'll see. But I think if you beat us, that's sort of it's first nail in the coffin of all the 3 promoted clubs, to be honest. So we'll see. It was a great weekend for you results wise.
Yeah, definitely. But I would say, are we going to get a Fulham fan on this at any point soon? Because my word, if they suddenly look like they are not going to be picking up points anytime soon.
Second season syndrome, baby.
Well, you could say that's
You'll
the
know
case
all about that.
Us, considering we're the next 3 after the newly promoted ones.
Well, we are ahead of all of you guys, but I'm neutral in this. But yeah, we will get a Fulham one. I've got
combined.
Well, I'm mates with the who is it from Fulhamish, so I'll see if he wants to jump on. We'll get a Fulham one, but I think they are in trouble, big time,
definitely.
And they haven't got a striker. I mean, Raul Jimenez, I know he scored, but bloody hell, man, he is the worst striker. He's up there with Mope. He really is.
Yeah, on last Shocking. 2 seasons, definitely. He really is.
Shocking. I mean, would you take him, Rich, at Palace? with your striker issue.
Hey, Edward started the season on fire before he got injured. He's back now and scoring. So,
Well, he scored. His performance was shocking, but yeah.
I mean, what would you rather have, Mateta?
No, we're trying to get rid of both.
Exactly.
Just before we come on to Palace, I got one more question, John, on Bournemouth. What was the reception like of Eddie Howe? How's he regarded there? Is he a bellend or a hero?
Oh, he's a legend. He'll always be a legend. He got freedom. He got given. I was reminded, something popped up on my YouTube, reminded me he got given the freedom of Bournemouth not long in.
Poor guy.
Fourth or fifth year in the Prem or something like that. I can't remember which year it was he got it, but he'll. We don't have a statue outside the ground. We're obviously too tin pot for that. But if we ever get a statue of any club legend, Eddie Howe will be first on the list, and he'll always have a great reception. Matt Ritchie got a good reception as well because he's something of a Bournemouth legend too. I couldn't believe Matt Ritchie was even still walking at 34. Barely got himself onto the pitch for an hour at right wing, which I don't think he's played at Newcastle for about 3 years. But it was Eddie Howe will always get a great reception down at Bournemouth. There's no doubt on that.
Mate, that's pretty embarrassing. You're gonna go on.
No, it's because don't you get legendary status at Bournemouth if you play 5 games?
No, because we'll throw a few players out there that have played more than 5 games for us and wouldn't be welcome back in the area.
John, you don't need to respond to that, mate. It was a silly bit of banter, mate. You don't need to respond to it.
But it's true.
Sorry, I was too serious.
It's true. Are you gonna put John? Seriously, Eddie Howe gets a statue for doing what? Getting promotion. My God, man.
League One to the Championship to the Premier League, and keeping us there for 5 years when we were the smallest club in the Prem at the time. Of course, there is now a club that's smaller than us that have come back in, or at least in size of the stadium. I don't think that'll last long. But come on, like really saying, "Oh, Eddie Howe got us promoted, therefore he's a legend." Come on, mate, grow up.
Jimmy, you think about him getting a statue?
Grow up.
Thinking about him going to get a statue.
Hey, John, we have a manager that won 2 European Cups who's not got a statue at our place, mate.
Yeah, but you're just as simple as us.
Ooh. All right.
He has got one in the town centre, though. To be fair.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Vizza will be back next week when they play. Who they got? I can't remember.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. They'll be back in 2 weeks. Right, I want to talk about Palace, right? And I saw that comment from Pat, and I've got to agree with him. Rich. That was a pen, man. That second one. I'll go around and ask the boys in a second, but with your red, what color goggles would Palace be? I don't know, Richmond FC goggles. Was that a pen or not?
No, it was a pen. But 100%. I'm not using that as an excuse for how we defended. We were shocking defensively. The thing that has been really good this season is our defense because we can't seem to score many goals. And we were defensively a shambles. All 3 goals we contributed towards giving Everton. Now, listen, I want to shout out Everton because what Dash has done, he's literally made Everton Burnley 2.0. He initially started off wanting to try and play football. It doesn't work for them. So he's just gone long ball. We struggled. Literally, route 1. We may have won the first header. We didn't have the midfield to win like the second balls and stuff like that. You're gonna like this one, and Wolfie. He had a stinker. He had a shocker.
When's he played well, Rich?
Against you, but he was poor, and he's trying to blame Mitchell for that 3rd goal. He didn't track his run now. Speaking on the popcorn, I ain't got the popcorn. I did say I was going to get Werther's because I thought we might have got a result. But since we had a shambolic performance, I've gone out and got some fudgies instead, because I don't deserve Werther's originals, and some puds. All right, so that's what I've relegated myself. I don't know. It's some really basic toffee. I've relegated myself. I don't deserve Werther's. We were poor. Now,
is that Aldi or Lidl? Because there ain't no Waitrose, mate.
probably corner shop. But
You know what I had ready for our fucking win?
that's defensively. Attacking wise, it's probably the best attacking performance we've put out there this season.
I agree.
Especially
I
at
thought it
home.
was
Our home form is rubbish this season, but that's probably our best attacking for football we've had. We just can't put the ball in the back of the net. You know, so all right, listen, if Eze got that second penalty, we may have gone 2-1 up. Maybe we've been able to manage the game a bit better. We didn't. You concede after 1 minute, and then in the 86th minute, you deserve to lose. Simple as. So yeah. The biggest plus though is Elise's back, and he was brilliant. He was brilliant when he came on. And Eze looked sharp again. So yeah. International break, we get Decore back in midfield, and fingers crossed we can win away at Luton. And the funny thing is, I was more worried about the Luton away game than I was at home to Everton. Says a lot about Palace, eh?
Yeah, just where's Eze then? Is Eze back?
Yeah. So he had a hamstring injury. He came on for 30 minutes against Burnley.
He's the one who got fouled in the box that you're saying was a pen.
Yeah.
I know. He just said, was
Sorry,
it a foul
Elise,
on
I
Eze?
meant
That's what I
Elise.
thought.
Elise,
Elise
sorry.
returned. He played half an hour, and he was incredible. We've missed him.
Yeah, but with both of them back, that should be enough. I know you got a shitter up front, but
Yeah, that's the problem. They do all the dribbling and crossing into the box and stuff, and yeah, we just can't put the ball in the back of the net. You know,
Would
if
you
Emmanuel
take Chris
Dennis, actually, I wouldn't say no, definitely no, because he will get the service. You know, I was even going to ask about Emmanuel Dennis. Like, what's his availability like?
he's on loan.
Yeah, Emmanuel
He's on
Dennis,
loan.
good player. Good player.
He's been mistreated, in my opinion.
I'd have him. Let's put it this way, Rich. I'd have him at Forest.
Yeah, I agree. But he's not an out and out 9 though. He's not an out and out 9. I think he's more of a left winger for me. It's been a debate in the Forest fan base, but he would work at Palace. You know, I don't think that's a bad shout.
Very good.
Maybe him and Ian Nacho. I know he's in the last year of his contract,
Mm.
and I don't think he's having the best of times at Leicester at the moment. So yeah, but we need another forward, I think.
I don't know why Ian Nacho's still at Leicester. I'm amazed no Prem club picked him up because I think he's definitely got it, and I think he'd fit really well at
We
Palace,
were linked
actually.
with him.
Yeah, 8 million. It was
You know-
going cheap.
you
as
know
well.
what?
8 million.
Do you know what's
Flipping heck,
crazy
man.
about this, by the way? We've had a poor season in my opinion. Injuries and home form. I mean, our away form's really good. But if we look at this league table, Newcastle was 7th with 20. We're down at 13th with 15. We're actually only 5 points off Newcastle, which sounds mad considering how the season's gone. You know, so our next 3 are Luton away, West Ham away, then Bournemouth at home, I believe. We need to pick up at least 5 points, at least, because our December is crazy. Our December is crazy. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
So I just think you'll be okay. And I kind of saying to you off air, I see Forest being a bit of a Palace. Like you'll win a game you don't expect to win. You'll lose one that you thought you were gonna win, and then you'll draw a few. And it's like it must be so boring to be a Palace fan, Rich. I do feel for you, bro.
I wouldn't say boring. I'll say frustrating because when you look at the squad we have now, it's good enough to try and do like what Brentford's doing. You know, Brentford were very close to getting European football. I'm not saying that we will get it, but at least have a fight for it. You know, that's the only thing I want to say.
Forest can only dream of being a team like Palace. Let's be right.
Jimmy, you're so bitter, Jimmy. You're so bitter, Jimmy. You're so bitter. You're so bitter.
To be a mid-table Premier League side.
Yeah, but we're a team with trophies. Palace have never won a trophy. So how could we dream about being worse than what we are?
Palace had never won a trophy.
No.
Never in your history.
Newsflash.
Never, ever, ever.
Oh my word! Even we've won a trophy.
Dude, there are 2 people sitting here who have never seen silverware in their entire history. I'll let you guess who.
Yeah, I can get.
I mean,
I can get.
if you're
Well, we've got the
counting-
European
Because you don't
champions here,
count
haven't we?
winning
So
a
I
league.
think-
It's weird.
Do we count the playoff final?
No, we don't talk about the playoff win. Rich.
I would if I was you.
But yeah,
Can I ask a general question?
Shout out to Mike.
Shout out to
Sorry,
what?
I was just going to say, totally like left field, but I feel I must mention it. As England, some of us aren't England fans, I am, but as England fans, are we all happy that we've got Gareth Southgate picking Jordan Henderson, picking Calvin Phillips rather than James Ward-Prowse? We all think good old Gareth?
Let's chase that question.
That's an absolute disgrace.
He's never picked the right player.
He needs to be sacked. We all know it.
Yeah.
He needs to be
Today.
sacked.
No,
Today,
I mean,
what are we going to win with him? What are we going to win with? Nothing. We're not going to win nothing.
see, the thing is, he's leaving at the end of the Euros, isn't he?
Well, we hope.
And
It's not certain.
I just know Steve Parish is going to go. You were
I'll tell you now.
I can feel
what?
No.
Yeah, it's happening,
You're
isn't
right.
it? That's a good
You're
link,
right,
actually.
You're right, Rich. He will.
Nah. Our friend down here in the middle seat.
I love West Ham to get Gareth
I
Southgate.
could see him going West Ham. I could see him going West Ham.
Can I ask Jace actually, why is it that David Moyes is suddenly seemingly under so much pressure? Because I've been hearing stuff
It's
of
weird,
like
isn't it?
Moyes
Yeah.
has had like a couple games to save his job on the verge of stuff like that, and I just think what do West Ham think they're going for this season?
Ooh, I like that question.
Just in terms of the league position, you're trying to maybe get back into Europa League, and obviously do your best to win the Europa League, which you've got a chance. You've got a chance as any English team going in there. But really, you've got where are West Ham at the moment in the league? West Ham are 9th, and you're thinking of sacking Moyes. Who are you going to get?
Just before you answer that, Jace, just before you answer that, Jace.
I'm on the fence with Moyes, right?
Wait, Jace, one sec, Jace, one sec. There is well over 250 of you in here across all the networks. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. There's only 52 likes. Hit that like button if you don't mind. And make sure you subscribe to everyone. And Jace, answer John's question now.
Sorry, what was the question?
I knew it was.
I'm joking. No, but listen, there's this in West. I don't know why in West Ham, right? We just can't get along. The fans. You've got this Moyes. You've got the Moyes lovers, and then you've got the Moyes haters, and then you've got the neutrals, like me in the middle. I'm in the middle, right? I'm in the middle. Malcolm in the middle, man. Listen, with West Ham, right? You just want good football. Winning games, as we all do. But with Moyes, sometimes you get frustrated with him. Like with Kudos, he didn't play him for a long time, and then he played him. Do you know what I mean? He takes time. He kept on Antonio on the field when we all knew he would not be playing, and he just sometimes you think, what the hell are you doing, Moyes? And you do get frustrated with him. You really do get frustrated with him because. You've seen the squad we've got, guys. It's a fantastic squad. All right, we haven't got a striker, and maybe the defenders in that we might have one or two more.
You're 9th.
There's a good squad there that should be fighting for at least mid-table, at least
8th. You're 9th.
League spots, right?
It's a false position, Jimmy. They're terrible.
You just get frustrated with Moyes.
Weren't terrible yesterday.
The choices he makes sometimes, like not bringing on a sub for the last 60 minutes and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense sometimes. So I get both sides. I'm in the middle with this, really. To be honest.
The question is more so: is it Cooper out now, lads? He's lost the game. We know how fickle Forest fans are. Is it Cooper out?
Well, do you still want him, mate? I heard you saying you want Cooper if he gets sacked.
I'd take Cooper all day long. I haven't said that. I know you're trying to stir it, but I'd take him all day long.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
What?
Cooper,
Even if I did, I'm not denying it.
Cooper
I would take Cooper all day long.
Yeah. Cooper is a better manager than
Is it Cooper out, is my question.
Yeah, but so is every other manager in the Prem.
This is true.
Exactly.
I'm going to take the Jace stance because Jace was very Moyes out at one point, but he won something. So now he's on the fence. And I understand that. Look, in my opinion, you guys can disagree all you like. I really don't give a shit. But in my opinion, we are building something good. And whilst we're progressing, I'll go along with it. So at the moment, I'm okay. I don't think that we want to disturb too much right now, because I think that we are improving. I know yesterday you could say we were shit. That's up to you. But there was parts of the play that we did yesterday that were really good.
Yeah, you were.
We are building something. So at the moment, I'm quite happy to keep him in there, because I honestly don't know who would do a better job right now. That's where I am. It could change next week if we get slapped. You know, we are fickle. We're football fans. That's what football fans are. So right now, I'm okay.
And that'll be impressive if we got slapped without playing a game, mate.
I know. Well, well, as I was saying it, I thought some dozy, pedantic twat's going to say to him, "We're not playing next week." But yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It was your own
right there. You chat to him every week. We've got Brighton at home next, and Brighton and then would be a good point to come on to and segue into.
Nice.
Jimmy's result.
Nice.
I hope he's after your job. He's after your job, Wolfie.
He's more than
I already had it last season.
Because I really don't want to cover this segment because
you did a very good job too.
Because I believe that some person celebrates a draw as if it was a win, Jimmy.
Well, you clearly haven't been watching the Ramble, have you? Because
no, I did watch it. I did. You felt you could get. You should have had something more, I believe, were your words.
That's right, mate. That's right. And to be honest,
right at the end,
it's daft when you hear that without context. We went to Brighton, and before the game, I was saying, if we get a point here, I take it all day long. We run away with a point. We've stolen it. We get out of there and we take the point. They dominated us. First half, particularly. Second half, they were all over us. Then they got a man sent off. It were only 1-0, and they got a man sent off. We got a goal straight away. And instead of going for jugular, they were all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. All at sea. Couldn't cope. They were losing their heads. Getting yellow cards left, right, and centre. Manager got booked. They'd absolutely lost it. And we just shut up shop. We still sort of went for little attacks because we had more possession, having a man more. But we didn't go for it. Why not bring a striker on? And we've lost too many points early on this season to not take some risks now. I get that we could have lost it all. They could have caught us on break with Mitoma or whoever it might be. But at this stage of the season, when we've got... It's now a gap of 4, I think. Is it, John? Could have been 2. I just think that was the time to go for it. Yeah, well, you're the ones we're chasing, obviously. You're in 17th.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed. And that sounds ridiculous to go to Brighton and expect to beat them. I didn't before the game, but the way the game unfolded, I thought we could have been more ambitious. But listen, in the cold light of day, you take a point at Brighton, and you know, I've got to be happy with that. But I just think it's another sort of... And people, again, have had a pop at me about this. They think I'm using it as a stick to beat Eki with. I just don't think he's good enough. And that's my opinion on it. So, but it's similar to a lot of people. Who's going to come in that's better than him? Who's going to, who can do a better job at the moment that's going to come to Sheffield United? It's not many, if any.
Yeah, but Jimmy, I mean, you could only draw with 10 men. That's not great.
Well, we were 1-0 down at 70 minutes against 11 men, so it's still not a bad result, is it? How did you get on at weekend? Remind me.
Jimmy, you no need to come after us when we're discussing your club, because I was going to say, whatever the circumstances, that's a good point for Sheffield. All right, that's a good point for Sheffield, whatever the circumstances. You don't need to come after our club, mate. I didn't say anything.
Jimmy, I've got to challenge back as the host. That's all I'm doing, mate. I've got no Forest.
The impartial host.
Impartial host. There's nothing about me here that says anything Forest right now. I'm just
nothing at all.
Because my point
Forest
was, I do agree with
you.
No, that's not what you think it is. No, my point is, Jimmy, I do agree with you because. Honestly, Hagenbaum looked like a pussy. He could have gone for it at the end. And that shot at the end was so woeful, man. Who took that shot? I forgot who it was.
Jaden Bogle.
Yeah, that was terrible, man. But against, it looked like almost Brighton had, De Zerbi laughed at you lot when he put the team out. Because a lot of the big names were missing. And
I agree.
It
were a reserve team. It were a reserve team that they started, and that made it even worse that we were so poor against them, to be fair, for the first 60, 70 minutes. So it were embarrassing. And I've said my piece on social media. A lot of fans aren't happy with my opinion on it, and that's fine. We're all entitled to our own opinion on it. But I want better. I don't want to just roll over and accept that teams are better than us in this league, and we're going to roll over every time we go away or every time they get on top. It's all right because it's expected that they beat us. Let's have a go at them. The way we had success in this league when we went at teams, and Luton are having a go at it. They're not quite good enough, but at least they're having a go, and at least they're showing a little bit of fight. So it's not acceptable for me to not give everything.
Jimmy, you're sounding so much like a Forest fan last season when we were going away. Look, we're getting beaten. We may as well fucking at least try.
Yeah.
Rather than just go there and accept defeat before we even start the game.
He's got a point. However, it's one of your boys, Jimmy, me, myself, Hamer time. Since when is drawing away at a European team not a good result, no matter if they're at 10 men?
Right. And it's all about opinions, isn't it? But I have people saying they've just beat Ajax. Well, Ajax are bottom of their league. It sounds great beating Ajax, but Ajax are bottom of the league playing really poorly. Chuba Akpom is getting in their side. We were playing it Championship last year. It's just they put a reserve team out against us. They brought Mitoma on. Evan Ferguson want in the starting lineup. Lewis Dunk want in the starting lineup. It were a reserve team that we played. It was Brighton in name. It wasn't the first team. So that's why I can be a little bit frustrated about it personally.
Yeah, there's a lot of your boys piping up in the chat now. I kind of agree with what Scott's saying here. Hecking bottom. His subs are terrible, man. Again, I draw a lot of parallels to what Cooper was doing last year. A lot of the time, we were finding that the substitutions were reactive, not proactive, or it was like this guy's only got 60 minutes in his legs, so he's coming out like Mangala. Remember, and last season, Mangala, 64 minutes every game he'd come off. And I'm seeing similar traits with you guys.
That's exactly what happens. We've got players coming back from injury, and it'll be, we plan to give him 30 minutes. Well, how about watching to see how the game goes? And if we need that player on, then bring him on when you need him. It's not reacting in game and making in-game decisions that change the flow of the game. It's pre-planned. This player needs 20 minutes in his legs, so we're going to give him 20 minutes no matter how the game's going. And to me, it's so frustrating to watch. Anyway, I get into bother with my
iPad, isn't it? It's coaching by iPads at the moment. And it's not just him. I think there's a lot of managers doing that at the moment. And I think probably Moyes, Jace, he's a bit more old school, isn't he? He probably doesn't know what an iPad is. So I don't expect him to know how to use
Kevin Nolan on the iPad, he does. He gets Kevin Nolan.
And your boy as well, Rich. I mean, he probably hasn't seen an Amiga, let alone an iPad, man. So
it's literally, I don't even think he watches the game half the time when we need to make subs. He don't make subs. He's probably listening on the radio. Jesus, sorry.
He got it out of his system. But all right. Well, let me ask you about Osborne, right? Osborne, our old boy Osborne.
Ecky's son.
He really divides your club, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Listen, I can go hot and cold on Osborne. He's not Premier League quality at all, but he gives you everything he's got. So, he came on and he did really well, I thought, that weekend. So you can't fault his effort levels. And sometimes there's a flash of quality in there, but he's a Championship rotation player. And that's how we were playing him last season. Why is he now coming on when we're trying to make a difference in the Premier League? And it's glaringly obvious that we haven't got the quality and depth to run at this level. That's
there a lot of favourites FC, Jimmy? Have you got a lot of what I call favourites FCs, those kind of loyal players that he had?
100% we have. He wanted to offer 4 players new contracts in the summer. John Fleck, Ben Osborne, Ender Stevens and Billy Sharp. Now, they've all been great servants for United, but he got 2 of them through the door. He got 2 of them to sign. So we've got John Fleck, who's been injured since first 2 games, and Ben Osborne, who's his favourite. So Ben Osborne comes on every game at some stage. And he's got legs, but he's a little bit of a jack of all trades, master of none. You guys know all about him anyway. Forest.
Yeah.
So it's weak for me, but that's just.
It's one of those players, isn't it, Jimmy? A lot of people like because he, as you say, he puts everything in. He bleeds for the shirt, and he really
versatile.
wants it.
Yeah,
he's versatile, but his qualities, as you say, it's not Premier League, Championship. yeah, he can come in
Good
and out and
championship
do a
player.
really good job. Yeah. Can I ask you
Yeah.
quickly? You've probably been asked this a million times, but would Chris Wilder come back, like, be your dream?
Yeah, absolutely. It would mine. He offended and upset a lot of the fan base the way he left.
Would be your dream. Would be your
Wet
dream.
Yeah, I'll take that as well. It would, yeah. What he did for our club, absolutely. I love Chris Wilder. I will make no bones about it. And that's where a lot of the problems I've had on our channel have come, because people think I'm just wanting Eki out so we get Wilder back, and subconsciously there may be something to that, to be fair. But I think he's the only choice. If they choose to get rid of Eckingbottom, I think Wilder's the only choice to bring back in.
I think he'd be good for Sheffield, because he's that kind of manager that you love, you know, and that's half the battle, isn't it? Getting the fans, getting everybody together. And he did really well last time, let's face it, you know.
He did brilliant. He had a terrible last 6 months, but before that, 4 years of nothing but success. So, I'd welcome him back with open arms, personally.
Jan saying Osborne's a red player and always will be. Forest fans in the chat, how do you lot feel about Osborne? Obviously, the Derby goal is folklore, but what do you reckon, Aaron? What's your thoughts on Osborne? He was decent, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a championship player.
Yeah,
he's a decent championship player. He's the kind of player that every club in the championship needs to help them get up that table. But once you get up that table and out of that league, there's no place for him, because he's not good enough. But every team needs a player like that in the championship, I think.
There's a few mixed answers coming through, that's for sure.
Average player. Average player. Couldn't put it better myself.
Yeah. All right. Let's have a quick look ahead to after the international break. So, Jace, you're away to Burnley. Like, Burnley are just
come on, Jace.
Right now,
come on, Jace. Me and John are behind you.
West Ham are going to lose that game. I tell you now.
I'm just quickly say, I'm really shocked by Burnley. I thought Burnley was going to be like the team that was going to do it all, and it shows, doesn't it, how hard the Premier League is, isn't it? Really, it just shows. But yeah, we're going to win that.
I said at the beginning of the season, where everybody was tossing themselves off about how brilliant Burnley were. They're starting to play. You know what? I said then, no way. You can't. He will not be able to do that in the Premier League. No way.
Everyone was all. True, innit? Everyone was all wanking off. What's his name?
Vinny Company.
Yeah.
But it's just.
Don't get me wrong. Company could be good for a team with better quality, but for Burnley,
they didn't sack him.
I think that's the most I've been shocked by. Luton. Luton's been getting points here. They've been getting it. They've been working hard, and they've been the team.
Sneaky little fuckers, aren't they?
I've enjoyed most out of the bottom three, to be honest.
Burnley fall back into obscurity if they sack Company, and they won't do it. But he's taking them down as it goes. He's taking. They need a change, but they won't do it.
If we beat them, I think he'll get the sack. To be honest, as well, I think.
No chance.
I don't think that's not that soon. It'll be a little bit longer before that happens, I think.
He's like a figurehead for them, isn't he? He's more than a manager. He's like this is the new Burnley, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he's more than the club at the moment. The owners see him as basically like so pivotal. They look at him as more than the club right now, which is a big issue for Burnley fans, I would say. But he could turn.
I mean,
he just needs to completely change his philosophy.
Yeah, I think he just needs to stop being a bit naive. Yes, you want to play that style of football, but you've got to have a plan B, basically. And I agree.
Play that style of football.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree. I don't think they'll get rid of him, because that would mean a lot of his players would want to leave as well. And the financial backlash of that will be a problem. And it's similar to what happened with us and Vieira. We started signing a certain caliber of player because it was Patrick Vieira. I think Burnley having that same sort of thing at the moment.
Conor Gallagher.
Yeah. Yeah, but you say that, Rich, but did you not reap the rewards of those players now with, you could argue, a manager who could put those players together? So could that same thing not happen to Burnley?
Yeah, but we're Palace, they're Burnley.
I looked up. What did you
say? Jimmy, would you take Company for Sheffield United?
No. What's he
really?
doing?
Definitely not a Sheffield. No,
I think
he's not a Sheffield manager.
No, he ain't. We don't need a a continental type. We need somebody who gets the club and gets his hard work. We'd be more likely to get a Sean Dyche than we are a Vincent Kompany as our club.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Can I say, Jimmy, in all honesty, right? Sheffield United, this has been dead honest with you, right? Their reputation is a fucking dirty team who goes around kicking players, plays ugly football, and wins games. And that's what got you where
Absolutely
it got you.
Rubbish. What a load of rubbish. I've never heard such drot in all my
And
life.
I'm saying that in a disparaging way. I'm saying that was their reputation.
It's a lovely way to say it. It's a lovely way to say
Burnley used to be. That was their style. They were never a free flowing.
I think that's an uneducated opinion, if I'm honest.
Ooh.
Well, I didn't watch them last season, if that's what you mean.
Under Chris Wilder, we were known to be one of the most free-flowing attacking sides in the EFL. And we proved that when we came up to the Premier League.
Don't laugh at him. It's rude.
Oh, sorry. When you said the EFL, sorry. I thought I was me and Wolfie just.
Yeah, I know. You'll remember it, Jace. You've been there, pal. You've been there.
Oh, God. Sorry.
What are you going to say in the Premier League then? That's what I spat out, Jason.
Well, we did it in Prem as well.
I think you should get.
I mean, he's not lying. They did it for a year and then it tanked.
I'm just talking in general, right? I'm just talking in general. Like, Forest have a reputation for playing beautiful football. Tottenham have a reputation of trying to play football. Burnley, Sheffield, Everton have got a reputation for playing ugly football. Like it or not, that's the fact. That's how other clubs perceive, or other clubs fans
no one's saying
perceive
about
Sheffield.
that. Not the Forest. No one's saying about the Forest.
Yeah,
we have a reputation of playing beautiful football.
I'm not bothered what people think we play.
Listen, I wasn't being disparaging. I was trying to make the point that Vincent Kompany, although he's done it at Burnley because they had a similar reputation, he's tried to change their culture, but it's failing at the moment. And what I'm saying is, if he goes to Sheffield and tries to change the culture to be what he's doing at Burnley, I don't think it succeed. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't,
No, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, he doesn't have the players.
Sorry, Rich, would Kompany work at Palace, do you think?
No.
They finished mid-table.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, we've got the players to play that style of football. Because I don't think they don't play bad. They just can't finish. So we will be standstill because we can't finish.
Would you take him at Forest?
I think his style of football would work with our team, but I think he would be more suited to West Ham.
I think your budget would work with him.
Yeah,
West Ham?
He could work at West Ham. Maybe he could work at West Ham.
I think he would work at West Ham. If you put Vinny Kompany with his philosophy in an established-ish team with some decent attacking players and a couple of defenders that can hold a high line, I think West Ham would be good.
What's he done other than right? Let's look at it in cold light of day, and I appreciate we've all got to go in a minute, but
yeah,
he's done exactly the same as Paul Heckingbottom in terms of without the playing style. Right. And I know you're not fans of Eki, and neither am I, to be fair. But Eki got us promoted second; they went top. That's fair enough. Now we're 1 point above them in league. They've got 4 points. What has Vincent Kompany done to be this next great manager? Just because he's had a fantastic playing career,
mate. You got a point.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. But it's his style. You can see that his style would work without shit players.
It's not working though.
Yeah, because it's a style that's not going to work down the bottom of the league. But that's why, because he was able to take a side and basically dominate a division, that's why he's being looked at as the next one that could do it at the top of, let's say, the Prem. But I just think that it's because he did it. He's a Guardiola disciple. That's the reason. Yeah. Because there have been managers that have dominated the Championship before. They would never in a million years get looked at for being the next choice to Pep at Man City. I mean, God, it was maybe it was largely down to Adel Taarabt, but QPR absolutely stormed the league that year. You'd never see Warnock getting a shout for being Alex Ferguson's successor.
Oh, he's a wanker.
So yeah. And it took ages for Eddie Howe to get the Newcastle job. The next guy that ends up dominating the Championship, they probably won't get much of a chance in anything above the likes of our clubs as linked to anything other big ones.
I would openly say that Kieran McKenna's better than him as well.
A lot of people talking about him, the Ipswich guy, yeah?
He's doing incredible.
He's doing very well, yeah.
I'm going to have to shoot.
He's got a decent amount of funding behind him as well.
Love to see you, Jimmy.
See you all later.
I'm going to have to do the same as well. So I'll see you guys
I think we're finishing anyway, aren't we?
We got Grumpy Old Reds in half an hour for the Forest fans. So make sure you're tuned in where we'll be talking about West Ham Forest. Jace will be watching. No doubt.
Jace, honestly, mate, you know the worst
You're
thing
right,
about
lads.
knowing I had to sing that song tonight is that I've been fucking humming the thing all day. Driving me mad.
Right, guys in the chat, please hit that like button if you've enjoyed the show, or even if you haven't, fuck it, just hit it. We'll be back not next Monday, the Monday after, because obviously it's an international break. But me and Ant and the rest of the boys on Gore at 8:30 for some Grumpy Old Reds to talk about West Ham and how Ant sold himself out by singing that tune. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in half an hour.
Man of honor.
What do you, Reds?
Man of honor.
How about you, Iron?
Cheers, dude.